As long as everything remains in the positive, this share price is going to push back up. There is no question in my mind. Welcome back to Broke Man Finance. My name is Adam, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 penny stocks that you can find right now on Robinhood. You can absolutely find them on all the other brokerages out there, but I only mention it like that and refer to it like that because Robinhood isn't known for their selection of penny stocks. Especially when you compare them to brokerages like Charles Schwab, who I use for the majority of my penny stock plays. So if Robinhood is your only brokerage, it's all good. Here are 3 penny stocks to put on your radar that could pay off handsomely in the future. For my other financial tools, make sure you check out the links in the description below. I have a list of links that I use on the daily that helps me make and save money. And while you're at it, check out the merchandise. We just opened up a store. And also, main thing, hit that subscribe button so we can continue to bring you information we feel like has value that could potentially make you money in the future. Now, on to the list. And first on that list is Naked Brands, ticker symbol NAKD. Right now, at the time of this filming, Naked is trading for approximately 69 cents, a far cry from their all-time highs of over $600 per share. And if you're sitting there holding the bag on that, then I'm sorry, my friends. Now, do they deserve to be over $600 a share? No, absolutely not. But they don't deserve to be under $1 either. This is not a sub-dollar stock in my opinion. Over the past 52 weeks, Naked has seen a high of $3.50 per share all the way down to 7 cents. 2020 was hard on all retail, even though Naked saw significant increases in revenue since 2018. They are still not profitable though. The leadership of Naked Brands and their shareholders made a decision recently to get out of the brick-and-mortar stores and focus on e-commerce. If anything good came out of 2020, it was the evolution of how we do business and especially how we do retail. CEO Justin Davis Rice said, "I strongly believe we did what was best for our shareholders and have now positioned Naked with the necessary capital to drive shareholder value in the coming months and years." This alone should free up some much needed capital to get their finances back in order from a financial and operational perspective. They've got some cash on hand. They've got good revenue. They got very manageable debt, much lower than a lot of retail companies went into over 2020. Things are looking on the up and up for Naked Brands, in my opinion, and this right now at this price could be a buy. They even brought in Mark Zierson as the new Chief Financial Officer to lead Naked's new growth strategy to a pure play e-commerce leader in intimate apparel. Naked Brands earnings will be released on May 14th. If it bears optimistic news, then we could see a pop in that share price. This new e-commerce strategy is going to bode well for future earnings reports, so we could see that share price start to drive back up as people become more confident in this business again. And so right now we could be looking at a very, very good price. And before I forget, let me know in the comment section a penny stock that you like that I should be researching and that you believe that everyone watching this should have on their radar. And if I happen to pick yours and do a video on it, then I will make sure to give you a shout out. Number 2 on the list saw a jump in share price of at one point 16% this past Thursday after they announced some better than expected first quarter results. Now, this one is a little higher in share price, but technically, anything under $5 is considered a penny stock. If you didn't know that, there's your fun fact of the day. But just hear me out on it. Granted, it's not 10 cents, but just hear me out and ride with me because I think it'll make more sense as I go through it. I am talking about Nokia, ticker symbol NOK. They are currently trading just under that $5 window at $4.69 at the time of this filming, and people are getting more and more bullish on this stock. No, this has nothing to do with the Reddit or Wall Street bets crowds. This jump was purely off the wins the company is getting. Gross margins are up, customer additions are up, net sales are up. Nokia's comparable net profit increased more than 11-fold to $455 million. That was well above analysts' estimates. They are still being viewed as the old cell phone company. Whenever people hear Nokia, they imagine those little crappy cell phones. But they have moved so far past cell phones, they're still trying to shake off that image and reputation. That's the only reason I think they're still sitting under $5 right now. A study published this month by independent analyst firm PA Consulting ranked Nokia as the world's top company for ownership of granted patents related to 5G. They have more 5G patents than anyone else out there. Analysts believe that Nokia has also benefited from Western countries banning 5G networks built by Chinese firms because they feel that it poses a legitimate security risk. So guess who's getting a lot of that business? Nokia. Nokia is going to be a big player in this space for years to come. They're already becoming one of the biggest 5G players out there. But the average retail investor, the average person out there, still when they hear Nokia, they imagine those damn cell phones. So it's going to take a little while and they've already moved away from the cell phones. It's going to take a little while to shake off that reputation and emerge as a leader in this industry. But if they keep on pumping out earnings reports like they just did, hopefully that word of mouth, that news will spread into enough people's minds that it bumps those cell phones out of them. If you're looking for a long-term 5G play and at a good price, a good value, then Nokia may be the perfect one to slot in that portfolio, especially if you don't have an enormous amount of capital to just throw out there. At less than $5 a share, I still see Nokia as a great buy. This is a great value play that could pay off fantastic years down the road. Last on the list, but certainly not least in my heart, but it's definitely one of the more speculative plays that I have out there. And that's Zomedica, ticker symbol ZOM. Now Zomedica got memeish there for a while, and there was really no evidence or proof about why that share price was driving up so hard, but it has since came back down to reality. They are now trading for around the dollar mark. But this could end up being a great play for the future. They have a great leadership team running this thing, and I see big things happen for Zomedica. The overall pet market, pet health, pet diagnostics, everything pet related is pushing up every single year. Go look at the data. It is one of the only industries that every year for decades has continued to rise, and it's showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. That's why I am so bullish on the pet industry. Recently, Zomedica had some issues with the distributor of Zomedica's highly anticipated product, Trueforma. Now they are moving forward with their in-house sales team a little sooner than anticipated. In the short term, until they get these folks hired, trained, and relationships built with vets and other businesses, it will likely affect sales numbers in the negative, but in the long term, this is exactly what they needed to do. Having that inside sales team at Zomedica will incentivize the sale of Trueforma. What incentive did that distributor have to push Trueforma as on top of all the other products that they have to sell? My personal opinion, this is a much better path for Zomedica as far as finding success and really getting their foot in the door in the entire industry. My personal opinion, and I'm no financial advisor, folks, my personal opinion is this was exactly what Zomedica should have done. They wanted to do it later to go ahead and get those sales out there from through that distributor and let them slowly build up to their own sales team. But hey, stuff happens, and sometimes you got to step back and punt. Some days you're the dog, some days you're the hydrant. No pun intended from the pet industry joke. But we will see fruits from that labor in the next few quarters as they get everything in line and ramped up. This is going to bode well for this company. Chief Commercial Officer Brute Herbst, hope I'm saying that right, is the former head of sales and marketing from IDEX Laboratories, ticker symbol IDXX, who, by the way, is trading for around $550 right now. He believes the inside sales team is essential to the long-term success of the company and one of the reasons IDEX has been so successful. Having him on board with that kind of experience is invaluable for Zomedica. And it makes me feel much better seeing what he was able to do at IDEX, and now he's bringing that same mindset to Zomedica. Now, the reason I say this is one of my most speculative plays is because everything right now is riding on Trueforma. As long as everything remains positive and this thing is tested and retested by vets across the country and it does exactly what it's supposed to do, it's going to be a great payday for Zomedica because they're going to release more, I believe it's assays for this product, as well as coming up. They got some more stuff that's going to be coming up in 2022. As long as everything remains in the positive, this share price is going to push back up. There is no question in my mind. We may even see a dip in the next quarter or so because of those sales, how it's going to affect those sales numbers. But we're going to move back up in a positive direction. It is no doubt in my mind, unless, and this is where the speculative comes in, Trueforma doesn't work. If Trueforma gets some really bad reviews and it just doesn't perform the way it's supposed to, then we're in trouble. That's what makes this such a speculative play for me, but it also could be very rewarding. Everyone I've talked to is very optimistic about the product, and I've actually spoke to a vet that's digging it. If you have a few bucks to spare, if you have a little bit of YOLO money sitting on the sidelines, then this may be a perfect opportunity to throw at Zomedica and just buy a couple hundred shares, whatever, because you could see in the next few years, this thing literally 10 times your money. We're looking at $1 right now. Over the next 5 years, I could certainly see this thing getting upwards of $10 easily. If you're curious about Zomedica and you want to know more about it in detail, you want some just more in-depth information about the company, the products, the leadership, whatever, then make sure to check out some of the videos I've done in the past, and maybe you'll have a better understanding about why I'm so bullish on the company and just the industry overall. As always, I hope all those penny stocks go straight to the moon and you make millions of dollars. I hope everyone out there stays safe, and I hope you take care.